Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the huge positive reception I had in terms of my first communication that I sent out to you. I had quite a couple of calls, people wanting to know what my goals were, where am I going with this. And so I thought it would be a good idea in the next couple of communications to make my goals clear, to explain to you exactly why I want to serve on the board of directors. So one of the first goals would be to get a study group to advise the board of directors in terms of decisions that they need to make that have far-reaching consequences sometimes, and you don't want to get wrong. So I would suggest that 2 or 3 people formally get instructed by the board to sit down and do detailed research in terms of advising the board what decisions would come out of studying such a subject. Now, the reason I'm saying this is I find that there's a form of isolationism within the estate, especially within the management. Forgive me for that word. I know it's a terrible word, but I can't think of anything else to better describe it. Let me give you an example. When I served on the board, we got a complaint from the owner of Unit 86 about golf balls striking his house and breaking the glass. So the board asked me to look into it, to do some research and advise them accordingly. So I sat down and I called some of the really large golf clubs in the Pretoria-Joburg area and spoke to the director of golf about what they're doing in terms of this problem that has emerged with golf estates, where you combine a golf course with properties quite close to the fairways in many cases. And I soon realized that this is a real issue. It's a real issue plaguing golf clubs. So upon my search, I came across a situation that they had in Eagle Canyon at around 2010. And you should listen to this. So the Eagle Canyon golf estate was taken to court, the golf club, by 6 or 7 members that had houses on, if I remember correctly, I think the 16th fairway, and they were getting struck by golf balls left, right and center. So they took the case to the High Court Pretoria, and the ruling the judge gave was actually quite simple. So he instructed the Eagle Canyon Golf Club to stop hitting balls into the properties of the owners. That's it. And they lost the case with cost against the individuals that bought the case. They didn't leave it there. They appealed or they requested leave for appeal. And it was dismissed again on the 19th of February 2010 with cost. They weren't allowed to appeal. And you would have thought they left it there, but no. On the 24th of June in 2010, they took it to the Supreme Court in Bloemfontein. And guess what? They lost again with cost. So if you've ever been in a situation where you needed to go to High Court, you'll know that it's going to cost you in the vicinity of about 400 to 500,000 to get a case heard in front of the High Court. So I would judge and say that Eagle Canyon spent 1.5 million rand on this whole legal process that they went through, and they lost extensively. So all the arguments about, are you buying a golf estate, and if you buy a house next to a fairway, you should have realized that golf balls will be coming into your property. All those arguments, the High Court ruled specifically against it. And you are liable as a golf club when your players hit the ball out of bounds into someone's property and it does cause damage. Okay, so this is exactly the situation that the Clarence Golf Estate, the club, found itself in relation to Unit 86. So after I've explained all of this, everybody went like, yeah, okay. And that was it, over and done. So the mindset was, if it does become a problem, we'll handle it then, and you set up a meeting with the owner and so forth. And it's as if the rules the rest of South Africa is playing by doesn't quite apply to everyone in Clarence. As you can think, it could be a major disaster. Imagine the owner of 86 sitting on his lawn with his grandchildren, and a golf ball comes whizzing in there and hits a child in the head. And you've got major medical implications, or you could even end up with a dead child. What do you think is going to be the consequences for the estate and the golf course in total if that owner goes to court with this background? So in my opinion, something that really is crucial, that just got brushed over and everybody went on. And this has happened quite a couple of times. The board of directors is in contravention of at least 4 of their own rules as stipulated in the memorandum of incorporation. And the same tactic is used. When you point that out to them, they just brush over it and go on, and nothing gets done about it. As far as I know, at the moment, the memorandum of incorporation is being reviewed by the current board, but that's a completely different kettle of fish, because to change your MOI, you need 75% of all the votes of all the owners of the properties in the Clarence Golf Estate. And how they managed to get that done, I don't know. You're going to need a miracle from above. And then obviously everyone's not going to agree on all the amendments or adjustments that they want to make. So I cannot see that process. Firstly, I think the program has a very little chance to succeed. And even if it does succeed, I don't see it happening within a year or 2 even. Because this is going to cost a couple of meetings. But anyhow, guys, so that's my case that I want to put to you and explain to you why that is a goal to me. But enough for now. Enjoy your day, and hope to talk to you again soon.